Hi guys, welcome back to Dave Astrology. Today I am coming up with 12 positive predictions for the year 2026. Now we did a detailed video series for all the zodiac signs last week, couple of weeks back in the last week of November, where we did detailed quarterly predictions for 2026 for all zodiac signs. So if you've not had a chance, you can of course understand both positives, negatives, repercussions coming in based on the transitory movements of the chart. However, in this video, my objective is to bring in 12 call outs, essentially trying to capture one from each month that you can take as a takeaway out of this video and get some positive hopes, get some positive insights as to what can be anticipated in 2026. So my objective is to crisply present some of the highlights of each month that should bring you a good comprehensive understanding of what you can anticipate. Without further ado, guys, let's jump into your sign and understand what's there in store for you in 2026. Capricorns, 2026 is the year of partnerships for you guys. Well, you will start the month of January with personal power as Mars is going to come into exaltation in your first house itself, in your Lagna, in your Rashi, if you're watching from Capricorn moon sign perspective. Well, first and foremost, you are going to feel almost invincible from a physical efforts perspective. You are going to be working with a rigor. You are going to take up initiatives that you can take head on, that you can address head on. Taking up physical activities, hitting the gym, doing some kind of action oriented work is going to be the theme at the start of the year itself. There's a very strong possibility that you might be starting on some sort of a new personal project as well during this period of the year, at the start of the year itself. The important bit is that you will not be denying any kind of initiatives. There is no such thing that you will be turning down. You will be full of energy at this point in time. And the important bit is this is the Lord of gains as well for you. He is the 11th Lord, which means that material gains, materialization, financial gains working out for you, your desire and wish fulfillment coming into picture in a big bang way is anticipated at this point in time as Mars is exalted. Then comes the month of February, which is going to be like a period of financial authority because now Sun will be transiting into your second house. Now, Sun happens to be the 8th Lord, but it is still giving an aspect to its own house. And this is a time he denotes your soul purpose, your willpower, your, in your vitality for that matter. And all of that will be focused towards taking control of family matters, towards addressing any kind of financial affairs from a family perspective. You are going to take charge, take lead based on the initiatives that you had set at the start of the year to address those financial issues head on by yourself. Be watchful on the egotistical communication, though. That is a warning I've given in the detailed video, guys. We've done a very detailed video on 2026 predictions. If you've not had a chance, go ahead and check that out. It was released a couple of weeks back on the channel itself. Then comes the month of March, where you find Venus getting exalted in your third house. Now, this is a time of creative expression, strong communication, being empathetic towards people, beautiful and articulate with your words, winning the hearts of the people with your words, with your expression as such. You are not only going to be meticulous in the way you articulate your written and your oral communication, but you will also be coming across strong in terms of empathizing from a market perspective, from a social media networking perspective, media and communications perspective, creative ideation perspective, relationship efforts where you've got to show your willpower, your effort. You are going to leave no stone unturned in terms of fixing matters in those areas. As you move towards the month of April, it is going to be about domestic joy. One thing is for sure, Sun is coming into exaltation here in your fourth house, and it's not at all a bad thing because this is talking about your expansion of peace of mind. This is the time where you could be acting like the king or the queen of the castle for that matter. It's a time where you will find financial abundance, growth of your assets, purchase of property of some sorts, vehicle of some sorts that adds to your status, that gives you that regal, that royal feeling within your vicinity, or just for your satisfaction. You are not looking forward to show off anything to anybody else, but it is your self accomplishment, it is your self belief, self satisfaction which is going to be mattering the most to you at this point in time. In fact, you will also be able to figure out a striking balance between career and home during this period. You will get respect from your family members. A lot of rise is promised for your emotional stability, as well as towards your mother, her health, her relationship with you. Her overall personality might also shine during this period, Capricorns, in the month of April. As you move towards the month of May, this is the time when Mars is coming into the fourth house. Now, usually one would not see much of an action from that perspective. It is seen from a negative light, but there is a domestic action, and I wanted to tie the dots here. Many of you might embark on some serious investment growth on what Sun does in a fourth house perspective in the month of April. And Mars presence here would indicate, because he's coming into its own sign, it is coming and forming that Rochak Yoga in a Kendra house. And therefore, there's a strong possibility that you will take actions with respect to your property related matters, some sort of renovation activities. That growth in asset might get invested now into what you want to do. You will fix matters with respect to property as such during this period. High chance that many of you could embark upon buying new vehicles as well. So maybe a property purchase followed by a vehicle purchase for that matter. Of course, not for everyone. People are going to ping and say, Dave, come on, you're helping us build castles in the air. But yes, you have those possibilities, positive possibilities coming in the month of May from this regard. However, June is the time where you find that perfect partnership coming into play. Jupiter is now coming into exaltation in your seventh house, forming that strong Hamsa Yoga. There's a very strong possibility, Capricorn, you could be able to attract a very noble, pious, benevolent, kind partner, a spouse or a business partner for that matter. I see for many Capricorns, marriages are on the cards starting right from June period all the way till October. So it's a fabulous period from that perspective. If you are in a relationship and trying to materialize something, this is going to be the right timeline. Of course, it has to be supported with your natal dashantra dasha as well. But Jupiter is giving a promise of growth in partnerships. There is a possibility that your business initiatives that you've embarked upon, they can also see some positive light during this time. By the way, this period will continue whilst in the month of July, you will see that Sun has also come into the sign of Cancer in your seventh house itself. So there is going to be more light in that house. There is going to be an illumination of sorts. He's the eighth lord, but we're talking about positive implications coming into picture. And therefore, I anticipate some sort of success coming in towards your partnerships, towards your partner, and that will bring joy to you as well. It could be a sudden promotion coming to your partner. It could be a sudden new windfall gain in your business partnership that brings happiness to both of you in that collaboration. As you move towards the month of August, you can anticipate with the shift of the eighth lord in the eighth house, those sudden gains coming into fruition, which is what I was alluding to earlier. This is the time of expanding your joint finances. This is the time of some kind of an event happening at your in-laws place. If you are a married person, it could reflect in terms of growth of your in-laws as well. It is also a time where some of you might forge very strong connections with powerful people in your society. It could be a period where you immerse yourself in learning, or speculative gains could also work in your favor. So some sort of financial activity is definitely seemingly there happening on the cards. But September is the time where there is luck with wisdom, as Mercury is coming into exaltation in the ninth house. Now, this is a time where your meticulous, razor sharp behavior, your ability to communicate, to negotiate well, to deal with others who are in powerful positions, maybe your superior, your bosses, where you can negotiate that increment with your customer, where you can sweeten that deal in terms of the margins that you want to drive for your business, or maybe something related to higher education, for foreign travel, or legal matters as such that can come into picture, which falls in your favor. So you could find support on those avenues as well. But the most important thing is you will be seen as bright, positive, comic, happy-go-lucky person with the people who are above you. So that benediction coming in from people is highly probable. Legal success because it's the sixth lord getting exalted in the ninth house. Now, as you move further, you see October is the time of doubling down on that financial legacy. At the last part of the month, Jupiter is moving into the sign of Leo in your eighth house. However, I anticipate because of this Atichari movement, some bit of that impact might start showing in earlier in the month of October itself, where you could end up securing financial inheritance, some sort of insurance money, investments that you had put in for a long period of time, materializing successfully in your favor. It is a Viparit Raj Yoga which is coming into picture, and therefore I anticipate good fortune, financial legacy, more important, as I said earlier, inheritance working out for you. Great time for you to enhance your knowledge as well. Brilliant time from that perspective. November, however, is a period that is going to give you absolute clarity with respect to your career. Mercury is finally turning direct. Remember, Mercury is getting retrograded 3 times this year, as I had called out in my last detailed 2026 predictions video as well. So him turning direct is indicating that now there wouldn't be any confusions of sorts that you have potentially had with respect to your career ambitions, with respect to your karma, with respect to how you need to act in front of people, in social circles, in the marketplace, outside of your home. And you end the year with the month of December with reinvention of sorts of the personal spirit when Rahu enters your first house. Guys, as I've been saying this for Aquarius earlier, Capricorns, this is going to be the period where you are going to transform yourself. You might get a new look, new haircut, new hairdo with that, color, those highlights, or maybe something shifts in terms of your communication, your personality. Adoption of technology becomes more prominent. Some way or the other, you are going to shock the world with a renewed amount of confidence in you. It is going to be obsessive confidence. It is going to be about self, but I definitely see personal reinvention coming into the lives of Capricorns in December with the shift of Rahu. Now, folks, before you jump onto the next video and skip this at totally, I'll request you to please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology. If you feel I've been putting the right effort, I need you to put your thoughts, your comments into the comment box and tell me what I can do better. I need your support to grow this channel. Thank you for watching. Om Namah Shivaya. Har Har Mahadev.